Good morning, everyone. And indeed, I'm not sure I'll be as effective as coffee to keep everyone waking up, but I think the conversations before were really, really crucial demonstrations what the digital can do. But indeed, now I think I'll switch from how we defend with digital our countries, our ways of life, to how we actually use digital in every day of our economies and our societies. And it's really wonderful to be there, second year in a row actually, in Tallinn Digital Summit, and again share the perspective of ITU, International Telecommunication Union, the United Nations Agency for Digital Technologies. And indeed, coming back to Tallinn is always very symbolic, because very few places in the world embody digital transformation quite like this city, from secure digital identity to open government, from e-health in AI and public services. And believe me, as a Lithuanian, it's always very difficult to praise Estonians, but it's definitely very well deserved. So, indeed, Estonia and its Baltic and Nordic neighbors show that digital trust innovation can go hand in hand, and how digital can make a daily difference in the lives of everyone. Countries around the world, indeed, recognize digital technologies as an enabler of prosperity and also, admittedly, a source of risk. At the UN General Assembly, it just happened, the high-level segment of it just happened a few weeks ago, 2/3 of world leaders spoke about digital issues. And it's interesting, there's 3 times more than 2017, which doesn't feel so far away. Many hoped revolutionary developments like artificial intelligence could widen prosperity and help protect our planet. A significant number were also concerned about the risks AI may bring, as well as such matters as cybersecurity, human rights in digital space, disinformation, and hate speech. Amid these hopes and challenges, one message stood very, very clearly: digital divide remains a priority. Many stress the urgency of addressing persistent inequalities in access to digital technologies and internet connectivity. Expanding affordable and reliable digital infrastructure alongside capacity building and digital literacy was underscored as essential for inclusive digital transformation. But what will it take to bridge that digital divide? So as per our estimates, reaching universal meaningful connectivity by 2030 will require between 2.6 and 2.8 trillion US dollars to build infrastructure, make access affordable, but also equip people with digital skills. So infrastructure is a very important piece, but also other pieces are very important as well. Baltic and Nordic countries are among the most connected regions on Earth, with near universal 4G and very fast expanding 5G connectivity, built on smart policies and long-term vision. Zooming out, however, the picture around the world is quite different. 2.6 billion people still remain offline, facing a gap not only in connectivity, but also in opportunity and potential. Through our Digital Infrastructure Investment Initiative, co-led by ITU together with the 7 development finance institutions, so multilateral development banks, we have been working to help direct public but also private investment to bridge the investment gap. And this year, we have stepped it up even further. We're launching what we call Digital Infrastructure Investment Catalyzer, together with UNCTAD, United Nations Agency for Trade and Development. Because a resilient digital future starts with one thing: universal, affordable, and reliable connectivity for all. Connectivity is indeed a key enabler for the digital transformation. However, the work doesn't stop there. Solid, yet flexible and effective digital public infrastructure is key for infrastructure to translate to tangible everyday benefits. This is why, together with Estonia, actually, and Germany, we're helping countries build secure, interoperable digital public infrastructure, the backbone of modern government, through GovStack initiative. ITU also promotes best practices and open standards in DPI, emphasizing interoperability and user-centric design to maximize digital inclusion and trust across all sectors. In partnership with the Linux Foundation and its Open Wallet Foundation, we're spearheading global collaboration on open, secure, and interoperable digital wallets technology. This is key for national digital identity, payments, and credential ecosystems, and essential for efficient, trusted digital economies. And I think everyone in Estonia knows very well how digital identities matter. We also help develop smart cities to improve quality of life, sustainability, and service delivery. We actually have developed more than 200 standards that make city technologies work together safely, securely, and at scale. Our United for Smart Sustainable Cities initiative provides KPIs for smart infrastructure services and is now adopted by over 250 cities worldwide. As we become increasingly reliant on digital technologies, it is key, however, that we can do so with confidence. That is why we're building cybersecurity capability across the regions. Last November in Bulgaria, our cyber drill for Europe and Mediterranean brought together Europol, ENISA, and World Bank, together with 19 national teams to test real-time responses to cyber attacks. But we also need digital resilience that goes beyond cyberspace. Digital resilience also depends on the physical backbone of our connectivity, the submarine cables that carry 99% of global internet traffic. Through our advisory body on submarine cable resilience, created together with the industry body, which is International Cable Protection Committee, we're working to reduce outages, speed up deployment and repairs, and improve risks monitoring worldwide. Resilience must also reach beyond Earth. Over the past 2 days, actually concluding just yesterday, in Geneva, we held a second edition of Space Sustainability Forum, where we discussed the rapidly growing space sector. Actually, the space sector expands around 7% a year, which is around double the average of the global economy. However, with that, it brings new opportunities. However, it also brings new risks. And the space is really getting crowded. We have now 13,000 satellites in the space. There's over 2,000 launches in the last year, and over 140 million pieces of debris that also impacts our ability to use the space. Through our Radio Regulations Board and partnerships with the UN agencies for civil aviation and maritime, ICAO and IMO, we're also aiming to help address disruptions to air and sea navigation due to the jamming and spoofing of global navigation satellite systems such as GPS or Galileo as well. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, of course, has become a vital force to shape our global future, both positively and negatively. Since 2017, our AI for Good initiative has shown how AI can tackle humanity's greatest challenges, from climate action to education, as well as health. This year's AI for Good Global Summit brought together 11,000 participants and over 50 UN partners in Geneva, including many of people, and hopefully you, from Europe as well. We're really honored to have as our guest of honor President Al-Arkaris, whose message was very clear, and he echoed that message again in UN General Assembly. AI must serve dignity, development, and human rights, and not the other way around. And ITU, we take this principle to heart, working with the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights and partners worldwide to embed human rights directly into the technical standards for emerging technologies, including AI. AI for Good took place in parallel with another milestone event, WSIS +20 Forum, and this WSIS acronym, something sounds very complicated, stands for World Summit Information Society, the key process that set 20 years ago the agenda for the digital development around the world. And this year is the key year because it's a review of the achievements and setting the stage for the next step. So indeed, alongside UN General Assembly in New York in December this year, actually 16th and 17th of December, we will be concluding this process and setting the stage for the next period of the digital development. Next year's AI for Good Summit will also feature another very important aspect, which is UN Global Dialogue on AI Governance, which just this August was again endorsed by UN General Assembly, and will bring together governments, innovators, civil society to shape responsible and inclusive AI frameworks. Together with the annual Global Dialogue on AI Governance and the newly established International Scientific Panel on AI, our AI for Good initiative will further help build trusted, inclusive, and human-centric digital future. For all to benefit from AI revolution, people need significant upskilling. Through our AI Skills Coalition, with 60 global partners, we're helping workers, companies, and communities get ready for the AI economy. As we speak, ITU, supported by the European Commission, is training policymakers from more than 30 countries on AI governance in action. Through our standardization work, we're helping establish common foundations for AI development and diffusion. AI standards exchange database, which we recently launched together with International Standards Organization, ISO, and International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC, includes over 700 standards touching different aspects of AI. Our standards work also tackles AI's risks head-on, from bias and misinformation to deepfakes, as we are working with industry experts to define authenticity and integrity standards for digital content. And just like with AI, we're mobilizing partners shaping standards for quantum technologies. European partnerships are central to this. We work closely with CEN and CENELEC Joint Technical Committee 22, developing standards for quantum computing, communications, and metrology. Our quantum key distribution standards are already being tested in Madrid, supporting Euro QCI's vision for secure quantum network. And we also collaborate with the European Commission's Joint Research Center and complement the research of the European Quantum Flagship Project. One more aspect is also we can't ignore is the environmental impact of digital technologies. Indeed, as AI is growing, it also pushes really strong pressure on energy demands, with AI workloads needing 26 to 36% more energy every year. And therefore, the very well-crafted net zero roadmaps of the tech companies are now out of the window. Our Green Digital Action Initiative seeks practical solutions to lower emissions, improve e-waste regulation, and embed sustainability into every layer of digital infrastructure. Our COP29 declaration on green digital action, a joint initiative with Azerbaijan's UN Climate Change Conference presidency, gained endorsement from over 80 countries, including Estonia, I should say, and almost 1,800 companies and other organizations. At this year's climate conference, COP30, we aim even higher to ensure digital impact is captured in updated climate pledges, or so-called NDCs. Building on 7 thematic pillars for green digital action, from climate monitoring, GHG emissions, and green computing, adaptation, circularity, innovation standards, we're mobilizing collective efforts to make the digital sector both a driver of climate solutions and a green in itself. We're also leveraging technologies for climate adaptation and disaster readiness. Under the UN Secretary General's Early Warnings for All initiative, we're building partnerships and solutions to save lives. So colleagues, partners, and friends, around the world, we're seeing how digital ambition, when matched with trust and resilience, drives rapid and sustainable progress. But we need even greater resolve to unlock digital prosperity for the world. Let's build a future where every community can share in a truly digital-first society, as we see here in Estonia, and it was very eloquently described also by the Prime Minister before, where innovation serves people and trust powers transformation, so that connectivity turns into a shared opportunity, I should say, digital opportunity for all. Thank you very much. Thank you.